Okay. Hello, chat. Hello and welcome. It's definitely not ad time, Nightbot. The stream has just started. And here I am. No Rungren tonight. His internet is still out, so you're stuck with just me. Just me. They were working on it today, and so we were really hoping they'd get it done in time. But stuck with just me tonight. Why are we getting so many dropped frames? What happened there? What was that hiccup? Oh, my Switch is still downloading Fire Emblem Engage. Stop. Okay. I appreciate it, Dark, but I got a plan for tonight. I got an idea. I got a goal. Oh, we might do some fun, weird stuff tonight. And also, if I'm not using Discord to call for this video, and so if don't turn back on, stop it. Pause this. Okay, I've stopped the download. I'm gonna have to go back in and re-download it, but I've stopped the download. We might talk some Gundam, yeah. So, for what it's worth, if I did try to call you on Discord now, there would be no video of me. The way that OBS and Discord work together is really strange. I always have to call Rungren before the stream starts, because otherwise there is no way to see me. But we really were hoping he'd be back on board tonight. But he'll be back soon. Yeah, Discord's a weird program when you get down into the core of it. Discord's a strange beast. Also, chat, I have 3 different mugs of what is it? Spilled hot chocolate. Of hot chocolate tonight because I was given a bunch of hot chocolate for Christmas from one of my in-laws, and I'm trying to use it all. So there are 3 different mugs here. I'm going to redo the office at one point where the coffee maker is in this room with me so that I can actually like make coffee and have coffee during the podcast. But right now I'd have to get up and go get it. Yeah, OBS is also a weird beast. OBS is strange. Yeah, but I'm thirsty, Dark. OBS is a strange creature. But I'm also trying to cut back on soda, so drinking the hot chocolate has me drinking something that's not soda. So that's good. That's good. I didn't have a pre-show topic because I felt like we'd probably be stuffing hot chocolate. That's okay. Chocolate's still good, though. Chocolate's still good. Also, with regard to Rungren's assignment, real quick, we'll address this again during the main podcast. With regards to Rungren's assignment, probably also not happening tomorrow. If they get his internet going, then we might go ahead and just like pick something for him. I might just roll and he just gets that. But we'll see. Yeah, exactly. But also it cuts out the carbonated water. That's the big thing that hot chocolate doesn't have. I gripped that cup like I grip controller when playing Monster Hunter. But yeah, you know, we got some cool stuff to come tonight. It probably won't be the full 2 hours. Carbonation, yeah, I'm getting a little. You can't really see it very often. Getting a little bit of extra bloat from all that carbonated water, so I'm trying to cut it out. And see if it helps. And I think it probably will. It's also like the extra bloating is pushing my stomach up into my lungs, which is not good. So, you know, we are not here just to talk about my health tonight. We're here to talk about a podcast tonight. if you imbibe a lot of it, it can make you bloat. Yes. And I happen to normally drink a lot of soda. Trying to stop doing that. Health is interesting you. I understand. We do still have a little pre-show, so we can keep talking health if you want during that. Water is a good thing. Drink like 4 to 6 liters. I drink way more than that. I used to drink 8 cans of Dr. Pepper a day. That's a name drop, I guess. We're not sponsored. I used to drink 8 cans of in-named soda brand a day, and I've cut back to like 5 a day, and even that's still too many. That's a 12-pack in 2.25 days. That's not 2 1/3. That's too much. That's too much. We're also only 7 minutes in, and that's 1 cup done, so not a great record so far. First, third, and fifth weekend of the month. Nice. I understand. Pizza's pretty good. Will went to go eat a little bit earlier. I'm curious what he's eating this time. I'm going to guess it's probably not pizza, but hopefully he tells us when he comes back. Also, I have a weird week to talk about this week. I have like a weird set of things. And once we start the podcast proper, we got some stuff to talk about. We got to talk about some stuff. Okay. Pizza today. Drink half a 2-liter and finish it tonight. I understand. I had sandwiches today, and I'll be having sandwiches all tomorrow until the chicken goes bad. I'll be eating that chicken until either I've eaten it all or it goes bad. All right, let's kick this thing off. Yeah, I understand. Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Full Spectrum Podcast. My name is Trey. Rundgren is not here tonight. His internet is still acting up, but hopefully they'll be able to get that fixed. We really, truly were hoping they'd get it fixed today. They've been working on it, he said, since 4 a.m. trying to get it back up. Apparently it's like a big outage in his area. So hopefully they get it back up again soon, and then he'll be able to be back with us again, because we definitely miss him when he's not here. We're not going to do reviews tonight because of that. We're going to save reviews for next week when he's here, and that means next week we might have a lot of reviews because we had a good number tonight. So reviews are going to wait till next week, but we are still going to do announcements in the news and all that fun stuff because that stuff changes on a week-to-week basis. But speaking of weeks, let's get into mine. OGL stuff. Okay, so let's just go ahead and cover that now then. So we're gonna talk about it again Thursday, I'm sure. I want to get Rundgren's thoughts on it for sure. That's hoping he has internet Thursday. Man, it sucks. Just a quick aside, it sucks when you don't have internet. Especially when you're paying for it and you can't get it. And it's not anybody's fault that's like yours or anything. That's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling. It is just rumors right now about the AI DMing and the $30 a month stuff, but I don't doubt that it could be true. And if it is true, why would you think everyone would just go for that? How much do you misunderstand D&D that you thought that was what people wanted from D&D? Because that is not what people want from D&D. That's not, no. It's not. And what even stuff would they give you, like in monthly rollouts? What even stuff would that be? That I'm sure that's going to be like a whole section of Thursday's podcast is talking about that and what that could be. Yeah, I don't blame you. That's super annoying when that happens. The OGL stuff has, but the other stuff of, like, they definitely want to deauthorize the OGL, but the AI DMing stuff and the $30 a month, It has been soft confirmed. The person who confirmed the previous 2 leaks has confirmed this one, which is why I don't doubt it, but we don't yet have proof. It's just hearsay. So before, when it got soft confirmed, we then had people that broke their NDA to show the stuff. This time, it's just soft confirmed. That doesn't mean it won't be full confirmed over the course of the next couple days, because that's what happened last time, right? But all of the sources that gave us the previous information are saying it's correct, so it's most likely true. We just don't yet have absolute proof. But most likely that is the case. There's no telling. And I'm not going to name the people that broke their NDA. That's not for me to do, because hopefully they can get away with it. But yeah, it's $30 a month as a player, mind you, to use a service that we used to all play D&D without. I've said it before, I'll say it again. All this has done is make me look into a bunch of other cool systems. And look, all I'm saying is I pulled up the Pathfinder stuff. And yeah, each person has to pay. I pulled up a bunch of the Pathfinder stuff, and some of those classes are really cool. For Pathfinder 2e, that's all I'm saying. So, you know. I don't want to. We did a thing Sunday that's not Pathfinder. Let me clarify. It's not Pathfinder. We did a thing Sunday, and I don't want to spoil what it is yet. You have to wait for Thursday for that. But there's some cool stuff that we have to talk about. I will probably wind up hitting you up for some more information. My fiance is also stoked for Pathfinder. She used to play Pathfinder a lot, and so she's excited for the idea of playing Pathfinder. All right, let's move into my week. So again, just heading this off at the pass. Podcast might be a little bit shorter than normal, but it might not be. We'll find out. I thought yesterday was going to be like a shorter stream, and it wound up going to 2.5 hours. So speaking of yesterday, nice, very cool. Speaking of yesterday, MMO Mondays was yesterday. Played Guild Wars 2. I got my invisible chair. It's awesome. I can just pop a squat wherever I want now. Nobody can stop me. It's really cool. Was really fun too. Had a bunch of community interaction. People come to play in game. That was fun. Like that a lot. It's just like when Jinjar shows up in the Lotro streams, right? It's great. Always a good feeling to have people join us while we're playing. And yeah, just had a really good time with that. Guild Wars 2 is still really fun. And speaking of Guild Wars 2, in my week, I have almost completed Living World Season 4. I have 2 episodes left to go. I ran into a really unfortunate bug where I got some story progression halted, basically, because I couldn't get back into an area, but I just loaded a different character and went to that area and did the next step, and then was able to load my previous character. Never had that happen in that game before. Kind of a pain, but there was a workaround. Still like that game a lot. Guild Wars 2 is really fun. I want my dragon. I want my flying dragon. I want my dragon. Still been playing Lotro as well. I'm really digging the Warden. Warden is a javelin spear class. Or as I put it Sunday when talking to Rundgren, a 2 javelin class, a close range javelin and a long range javelin. Close range javelin is called a spear. But it's really fun. That game's really good, and I like it a lot. All I really have to say about that. I got caught up again. Watched the newest episode of Kamen Rider Geats. I was going to, because I recorded a video for Gundam Witch from Mercury today, a review on the first half. I was going to also record a video on Kamen Rider Geats, reviewing it up to where it's at. But after watching today, or Sunday's episode, I guess, episode 18, I'm going to wait until next week to finish that episode because it was a 2-parter. Then I'll record the review in progress, where it's at right now. But still really like that show. The effects are really cool. The suits are really cool. The music's really cool. Story's pretty great so far. And Kyoryu Blue gets to be a writer, and that's great. I love it. I know that most of the stuff doesn't matter to most of the people watching right now, but comment right is good. I've still been working on the Elden Ring challenge videos. Hit a bit of a snag where I'm just not strong enough, and so I've got to do some farming to be able to get that next upgrade that I need to be able to push forward with the challenge run, because bows are not very strong in that game. Yeah. So yeah, just I'm having fun though. It's fun to push my limits and record a bunch of stuff. Speaking of recording stuff though, we got to talk, chat. We got to talk about the Gundam XCOM playthrough. I'm not strong enough to finish that playthrough. I'm just not strong enough. So XCOM 2 is a fun game. XCOM, like the old XCOMs are great. XCOM 2012 is great. XCOM 2 is good. XCOM 2 War of the Chosen is really skewed against the player. And I'm just not having fun, chat. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not having fun. I tried to record some more Gundam XCOM, and just... I'm so demoralized. The deck is stacked against me, and I can't win, and every mission I just wipe. And I thought at first it would be fun watching me suffer, like Battle in Wonderworld or Dynasty Warriors 9. I don't think it's a good video. I don't think it's fun to watch, because it's just sad. I didn't pick the right upgrades early on, and I'm not able to keep up with the enemy's damage, and they just wipe me every mission. And so I think we're going to take that playthrough behind the shed, and I think we're going to put it down. But, chat, I will not... I'll get into Dynasty Warriors 9 and what makes it worse. Chat, I will not leave you without a playthrough on the channel. That is a promise I made a long time ago. There will always be a playthrough of some kind on the channel. And that doesn't count the challenge runs, right? So, I think it's time to bring back Wilder Myth. It deserves a public execution. I feel like I'm probably going to wind up making a full video on it, with footage in the background and everything, talking about the mistakes that I made and the choices that the devs made with War of the Chosen, that just makes it not fun to play when you're behind. But Wilder Myth is a game that I did a full playthrough of a while back, which is a cool story-based tactical game where it generates the story for you. So I think it's time to bring in Gundam Myth, where we do Wilder Myth, where it tells the story. It creates the story threads, and it weaves the tale with Gundam characters. And look, that may mean that Amuro Ure winds up with a stone arm. That may mean that Miliardo Peacecraft winds up with a wolf head. I don't know. That's up to the game to decide. But I think that's probably what we're going to do. Because as much as I love XCOM 2, it's just not fun anymore. And I hate to just I don't like not finishing playthroughs. But if I'm not having fun, and I can't force myself to have fun, then it doesn't work, in my opinion. Could also just play. I mean, yeah, we could, but I've already reviewed that game, beaten it for the channel and everything. My hot chocolate is already becoming moderately warm chocolate. PS2 story games. Eventually, I do want to just do old Gundam games, but I really want to see what Wilder Myth does with the Gundam characters. I want to put Soletta in there and see what happens, Journey Jabro is very good. Journey Jabro is. But that's where I'm at on Gundam XCOM. I just wanted to cover that with chat because, look, I know some people love that playthrough, but look, after we lost that character, it was downhill from there anyway. Because I was playing Iron Man, I couldn't even like save Scrub to try and make it better. I was playing Iron Man, and it just, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not good at video games anyway, so like, that's not. Yeah. The RPG one. The RPG one. RPG Gundam game? You mean like Super Robot Wars, or is it specifically SD Gundam G Generation? Okay, yeah. I've got a few of those on Steam. But that's where I'm at on that. Just MS Saga. I don't own MS Saga. That one I do not own. That one is expensive. That's where I'm at on Gundam XCOM. Now, Dark, you asked about Dynasty Warriors 9, so we'll do a quick talk about Dynasty Warriors 9. What makes it worse than the others? So Dynasty Warriors 1 is a fighting game. It's a 1v1 fighting game. Dynasty Warriors 2 through 8 are the Dynasty Warriors everybody thinks about, right? They are the open map, go around, kill a bunch of enemies, do big combos, number go up, fight Lubu, those games, right? Dynasty Warriors 9 is an open world Dynasty Warriors where you have to go around in free towns in a map that is incredibly empty. You have to hunt wild animals to gather furs to sell, and you have to craft arrows. And it's bad. They changed all of the voice actors, and it's really bad. It is the worst game in the series by far. When I say they changed the voice actors, I mean like old Dynasty Warriors had kind of like hammy acting, right? But it was fun. Feel the power of my magic. I was like, okay, that's dumb, but it's dumb fun, right? But then once you got into the newer ones, it was, we will stop the chaos, no matter the cost. It's like, okay, yeah, that's good voice acting. That's fine. In this new one, it's like, we will stop the chaos. It's like, oh, all right. Yeah, okay. Welcome back, Will. What'd you eat? You got to report in. Hold on, I have a work message. I really like the Dynasty Warriors games, but unfortunately, 9 is not one of them. You had steak? Nice. Nice. Also, just a reminder to everybody, Rundgren is okay. His internet is still out. So hopefully they get that fixed soon and he can be back. All right. The rest of my week, man, it's been a weird week. I got back into the Magnus Archives because I've been trying to work my way through that. I want to review season 2. I really like it. So, for anybody who doesn't remember, Magnus Archives is the horror podcast that works through, like, hold on. There we go. It is the horror podcast that works its way through all of the different horrors or different fears while having all of it tie in together to that one central theme, right? And look, I have a couple of fears. I have a fear of the deep woods. I have thalassophobia. I have automatonophobia, and I have a fear of heights. I'm fine listening to the episodes of the Magnus Archives that are about heights. That's fine. I'm good, right? I'm solid. Send this part to Rugrid. Or send this message. You gonna send him a message? I am fine listening to the Magnus Archives ones that are about heights. I'm good. I can handle it. No problem. They have yet to tackle giant things underwater. I will send that along, Will. Thalassophobia is the fear of giant creatures underwater. It's the idea of, like, if you're swimming or you're looking at a thing of water and there is a big drop underneath, something could be down there and you wouldn't even know. That's thalassophobia, right? And they have yet to tackle thalassophobia in... Sperm whales are okay. It's just the idea that one could be underneath me and I wouldn't even know is terrifying with how big they are. But they have yet to cover that on the Magnus Archives. They have yet to cover automatonophobia, which is the fear of statues. So far, I'm good, right? However, they have ignited a new fear in me. There is an episode in there about a book that tells you when you die. And that in itself is not horrifying. I mean, it is horrifying, but it's not like the most horrifying then. Yeah, no, 100%. I'll tell a story about that in a minute, Dark, because I had a situation where I thought that was actually happening in real life at one point. But in that universe, death is like a real thing. He's like a person, right? And the book updates if you... Fear of Gundam? Oh no! The book updates if you try to change what your death is written in there. And so, like, the idea that death is coming back behind them, breaking into their house, changing what's written there, and then just leaving is absolutely terrifying to me. It should be hilarious, but it has me shook. The idea that he just, like, walks in, changes it, leaves, and you don't even know he was there. I'm spooked. I'm spooked. So let's talk about this Weeping Angel statue story. So the Weeping Angels obviously ignited that fear in me, and I was okay during the episode. During the episode of Doctor Who, I was pretty much okay. And then at the end of the episode, the Doctor goes, "But who knows what other statues are also only still because we look at them." Oh no, I listen to all kinds of horror stuff and I'm fine. It's just something about that idea really shook me. But, like, I've watched the entirety of the Mandela catalog, the Monument Mythos. I'm fine, normally. Like I said, I'm 71 episodes into the Magnus Archives, and they've covered some of my phobias, and I was fine. Just something about the idea of this horrifying creature that is death in that universe, able to just show up next to you, and you can't see him, you don't know he's there, he can do whatever he wants, and then he just leaves. But he's always going to come back. Anyway, watch the episode. The whole, hey, what other statues are waiting? Planted that idea in my head, right? But I wasn't, I guess, but in that universe, he is like this, how do I word this? He is a physical creature that gets joy at the suffering of others. And the idea that he is just watching for the fun of it just really, like, unnerves me, There's a story in there where he plays a game with somebody and they cheat so that they can win, and then he just starts laughing. He's like, "Hey, you won, guess what? Now you get to be death." Either way, watch that episode, Weeping Angels. I was okay. The idea was there, but I was okay, right? So then I'm working for a satellite TV company. I go to a person's house to install their satellite. They have 3 Weeping Angel statues in their garden. No big deal. Keeping an eye on them because I'm a little unnerved, but it's no big deal, right? I get up on that roof, putting up that satellite. Everything's going great. I come back down from the ladder. The statues are gone. Where'd the statues go? Now, what I don't know is that the lady has people there cleaning up her garden, and they have moved the statues. So I go inside, and I asked the lady, I was like, didn't you have 3 angel statues in your garden? And she says, I might have. She doesn't say anything about how there's people working out there. I'm freaking out at this point. I go back outside. They're back, but they're in different spots. I'm losing my mind. I go up on the roof. I straighten the antenna. I check the signal. I come back down. They've moved again, and this time they're closer. I go back inside. I finish all this, get everything set up, tell the lady she's good. Whole time, I am looking out that door, convinced that those statues are going to be at the door. I finish the job, get outside to go to my car, and the statues have been moved up next to the house so they could mow, and they are right next to the door. So I walk backwards the whole way to my car. And I reversed the whole way out of her driveway. And I was looking in the rearview mirror the whole way home. So, yeah, I do now have automatonophobia. I did not before, but I do now, because those gardeners terrified me. And like I said, normally I'm great with horror. Normally I'm fine. It's different for me with horror video games. Something about being in the game like adds another layer, and then I get spooked super easy. But when it's like digital or analog, whatever, I'm fine normally. But something about statues just got me, man. I understand, Will. All that to say, the Magnus Archives is very good. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to finishing season 2. Gargoyles are great. I love that cartoon. The cartoon's amazing. Xanatos is an incredible villain. Incredible villain. Love gargoyles. Also, gargoyles is one of the reasons why I love eye patches. But yeah, those statues, not cool. I did something else in my week, but that story got me like full off track. Oh, I remember. I wanted to talk about, or I wanted to, like, I'm trying to finish Dark Tide, I'm trying to finish Chained Echoes, I'm trying to finish a bunch of stuff for review, and so I went and checked out Vermintide 2 so I could see the differences for the sake of the review for Dark Tide. Vermintide 2 is pretty cool. Gargoyles also a bunch of, yeah, I'm sure. What was her name? Her name just completely left my mind. How did I forget her name? All right, we gotta look this up. Starts with an H, right? Gargoyles. Bet. I'm really Demona. It was not an H at all. It was Demona. I typed Gargoyles bad girl and was like, this might be a bad idea. It was Demona. I remembered Eliza. That's the human girl, but I didn't remember Demona. Yeah. Demona was pretty great. Demona's pretty great. But yeah, I wanted to have the context for the Dark Tide review for when I get that up. So I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and play a little bit of Vermintide, and it's really fun. Played it with my fiance. It's pretty great. Elijah's the cute girl. Sorry. Demona is the gargoyle girl. But it's pretty solid. I like the melee it more, I think, than Dark Tide, but I like the range more in Dark Tide than I do in Vermintide. So, you know, give and take, a little bit of give and take. Working on lots of stuff for review. Wishing that I had a new episode of Witch from Mercury to talk about, but just a lot of nothing really to talk about because, hey, I put another like 2 hours into Chained Echoes. I put another 2 hours into Dark Tide. I put more time into Guild Wars. I put more time into Lotro. I put more time into Elden Ring. Just go down the list, you know. And then I've been listening to Magnus Archives all around that, checking out Pathfinder stuff. Yeah, just, you know, the usual. All right, well, let's get into announcements then. Let's cover that. We've got 2 for Thursday, 2 for the one after. Nice. One of those weeks where it's just a lot of things are happening, but it's a lot of just the same stuff for the most part. So, we've got some pretty cool stuff that's been announced here, and I'm excited for it. The very first one, we don't have a lot of information about it right now, but it's SD Shin Kamen Rider Ranbu. Halo Infinite, AC Odyssey, some Rainbow Six Extraction. Nice. What is this game? We don't have a lot of information about it, but it's come to Switch. Switch and PC in Japan. This is a side-scrolling beat-em-up where players take command of Shin Kamen Rider Shin, to fight against Shocker. And it seems to be like a full-on old-school beat-em-up, but we don't know for sure yet. But either way, I want to play it. I'm excited for it. It's Kamen Rider. So I'm there. I'm there. Then the next one is, if you've seen Avatar, not James Cameron's Avatar, Avatar The Last Airbender, there is a new Zuko movie coming, which is cool. Zuko's a cool character. I like Zuko. Zuko's good. Excited for that. Oh, man. Whenever I say, like, hey, the podcast might be shorter because it's just me, this is the reason why. But I appreciate all of you, Will and Dark, and all the people that are silent in the chat. I appreciate it, too, because your views help me keep the lights on. So thank you for being here. I'm excited for a new Zuko movie. He's pretty cool. Then there is a new Valheim biome that announced, the Ashlands. And this is not, like, necessarily newsworthy, but I wanted to talk about their, like, dev blog about it, which is basically just like, hey, we know this is coming. Mistlands took a long time to come out. Ashlands won't take so long. Whether that's true or not, we'll see. They're a small team. They need to take as much time as it takes to get done, you know? Drink too much hot chocolate. Ashlands is a cool idea. It seems to be based on the Land of the Dead. So, stoked for that. They show off 2 new enemy types, basically, which are some skeletons called Charred, and then what appears to be like a carrion crawler called a Morgan. And they also talk about how they're going to be adding some quests into the game. But that's cool. It's kind of just a small dev blog, but I thought it was interesting that even they mentioned, like, hey, yeah, we know it took over a year to get Mistlands out. This one won't be that long. Again, whether true or not, we'll see. But I'm not going to ask a small team to crunch anyway. It'll take as long as you need. Then finally, this one I'm really excited for. This one, chat, this is going to be it. I'm not, just clarify, I'm not going to ask any dev teams to crunch. That's part of what, that's a setup for a joke later. Let's see. Attack on Titan, final season, final edition, part 1. So, not a big Attack on Titan fan. I read the manga. I kind of hated it, how it ended at least. But I understand why people like it. And some cool action scenes, right? There's some cool characters. The music is pretty good. I get it. Why have you called this final season this? We all knew it was the final season anyway. Why did you call it the final season, final edition, part 1? Which implies that it's going to be final season, final edition, part 2 and part 3? Because it's been confirmed a 3-part series for the final edition of the final season, which is just the first edition of the final season? What is going on? Why would you do this? Why? Just call it the final season part 1. What are you doing? So, of course, this has been memed all over the internet already. Attack on Titan final season, final edition part 1 with Sonic and Knuckles featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series is my personal favorite. But just, why? How are you going to fit all that on the side of the box? So that's just a fun thing. That's just a fun thing. I almost titled this podcast Final Season, Final Edition, but I was afraid people would think we were ending the podcast. And no, I don't want to do that. So let's talk about the day before. We'll get into news. The day before is a game that's coming out relatively soon. Just a couple weeks, and people are excited for it, and I understand why. I don't blame them. However, there's some have come out about the day before. For anybody who doesn't know, the day before is a... Let me get the exact genre here according to Steam. It's an open world survival zombie game. There's a lot of those, right? But this one's supposed to be an open world MMO survival. Set in a deadly post-pandemic... I shouldn't have said that word. We're now demonetized. America overrun by flesh-hungry infected and survivors killing each other for food, weapons, and cars. It's a premise you've seen a million times, right? But it could be good. It absolutely could be good. There's been some bad press, I would say, about this game. Some of their screenshot choices are not ideal. So, for instance, when they're representing their game, one of the big screenshots that they show is a shot of... I'm going to get to that, Dark. A shot of a city street that is a 1-to-1 shot of a city street in The Division. And then there's a shot of the character in a, let's say, police station. And it's an over-the-shoulder shot as a bunch of Zambinos are walking towards them. The Zambinos are in an almost identical pattern, clothing style, and room setup to Resident Evil 2 Remake. So there's been a couple of unfortunate, let's put it, similarities in an already heavily overspent market, right? Let's put it that way. Well, there's been another kind of major issue that's come up, which is that over the last couple months, the day before has yet to show any gameplay. Now, you may say that's fine. When does it release? Yeah, apparently. That's what it seems to me. You may say, when does the day before release? They haven't shown any gameplay yet, but if it hasn't released and it's still going to be a couple months, then it's probably fine, right? It releases in 6 weeks. They've been promising a gameplay trailer or game footage of some kind to the players for a while. And as of a couple days ago, 2 days ago specifically, so that's Sunday, they posted in their Discord and said, "We're pleased to inform you that the wait for news regarding game release is coming to an end. After careful consideration and discussion with our leadership team, we've received approval to share the information you have been eagerly anticipating. This month, we will be releasing raw gameplay footage as per the numerous requests received from our community. This footage will showcase a majority of the features and gameplay elements requested by our community and will provide a complete glimpse into the current state of development for the day before. We hope you enjoy it." Bro, your game releases in 6 weeks. It shouldn't be a, hey, we got approval from higher ups to show gameplay. You should be showing gameplay. And to me, you may say, well, what, this is fine. What is it? To me, this reads like they're deigning to show us something special by showing us the game that they're selling right now for pre-order. When, yeah, that's the problem. You should probably show gameplay. That, I feel like that's a thing that should just be understood, that you're going to show gameplay. What do you mean you had to get approval after careful considerations? What careful? Show some gameplay, man. And you may say, well, Trey, you're being really harsh with this. But it just reads like a full response of like, we've decided to let you in on the secret. We've decided to show you something special. Like, but you haven't shown me anything. What do you mean show me something special? Show me something. So, people are a little harsh, maybe is the phrase, in the responses to it. There's been some backlash, and people are not happy. So maybe once the footage is out, everybody will be happy. But it just feels really weird to go, hey, you've never seen what this game looks like other than screenshots that we showed you that might possibly just be screenshots for other games that we've changed things in. We're gonna show you something special. We're gonna show you something really special. You ready to see something really special? No, just let me. Okay, imagine someone is in your house cooking you a meal, and they won't let you look at the meal. And they've shown you pictures of what the meal is going to look like. But the pictures are kind of suspect. And then they say, don't worry about it. I'm going to give you a sneak peek. I'm going to give you a sneak peek of your meal. I'm going to show you something really special. And it's just your meal. What do you mean? This isn't like it's 4 months away. What are we doing here? Come on. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm being harsher than I need to be. I feel like in a world where we are inundated with CG trailers instead of gameplay trailers and screenshots that might be doctored, might not be doctored, I just want to see some footage. And making it like this whole big thing of you finally deciding to show it, when it's like, yeah, that's the core thing that you should have been showing a long time ago. Why is it 6 months from release that you're finally willing to show us anything? Feels a little not right to me. I don't know. We'll move on. Next up, FF7, the first soldier, is dead. Now, FF7, the first soldier, launched November 17th, 2021. This was the mobile battle royale set in the FF7 universe, and it was supposed to be part of the world of FF7, and it has been sent out to die. Much like every Square Enix mobile game, it has met its end. I never personally got to play it. I don't know anything about how people felt about it as a game, but I have seen a lot of people sad that the idea is gone, because apparently it gave some unique looks into some of the characters, or to the world itself, you might say. But either way, if you're a Square Enix mobile game, your days are numbered. So that's all there is to that. Let's talk about Motorsport Studios. Motorsport Studios has been having a tough couple years. For anybody who doesn't know, this is the studio that's made like NASCAR, NASCAR Heat, games like that. So a little while back, we had some employees that weren't paid at Motorsport, which was a big problem. They threatened some lawsuits. Things didn't quite get smoothed over there like they should have, and then the entire board of directors left the company over the funding disputes. Oh, is it sing time? Oh, okay. The entire board of directors left because there wasn't enough money. It's just me here. I've got to do the full 5 minutes myself. Now the company's facing even more problems because, according to anonymous employees, they're now basically being blackmailed to pay the unpaid wages, or one of the former devs that wasn't paid is gonna leak out the source code for 4 games. Specifically, the CEO, Dmitry Kozko, has had to basically say, what are we gonna do? Because the company's not making enough money to pay it. But if they don't pay it, they won't make any money at all. But employees also said that they get it because what else are you gonna do when they won't pay you but blackmail them, I guess? That's the response when you've got nothing to lose. Motorsport was working on IndyCar. That was going to be their next big game. But now it might be delayed until 2024. However, by the end of the month, it might be on the internet anyway, because if they can't pay the guy, he's probably going to just release it anyway. So that's a problem for everybody involved. Oh, did you miss that? Well, it's the final season, final edition, part 1, 2, and 3. I've got to try. I've got to try. So Motorsport's in trouble. But honestly, maybe you should have just paid your employees in the first place. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'll say. The current rumor, not confirmed, but the current rumor, according to Insider Gaming, is that 30 employees haven't been paid since October. Just pay your people. Please. Why is it so hard to pay your employees? No, it's going to be split into 3 more parts again for the final season, final edition. Part 1, 2, and part final, I guess. Who knows what they're doing over there at AOT? I sure don't. I don't understand. The worst part is the studio tweeted it themselves, so it's not even a mistranslation. It's just, hey, we're doing it again. Oh, I don't understand. All right, let's move on to our final story of the night. And then we might talk some Gundam. But let's talk about Ubisoft. Let's talk about Ubisoft. Let's talk about Ubisoft. Because I'm a little mad. Ubisoft has delayed Skull and Bones again for the 6th time. That's not what I'm mad about. That's one of the things I'm mad about, Dark. That still hasn't stopped. Okay. So, real quick, hold on just a second before we now that the singing's done, before we continue on, let me just raise the point value on the singing. I feel bad raising it because I know people like it, but we're gonna go up to. Here we go. Oh, we're about to talk about Eve Gilmo because I have some thoughts. She'll never run out of points doing it. So yeah, Skull and Bones has been delayed for the 6th time. That's whatever, right? That game's not coming out. That game is not coming out. I know, Dark. I know, and you're not the only one. You're not the only one. Because Will is here too. And that's not even counting Roxanne, who's also got a bunch. And then I'm pretty sure so does Faith. Oh, I have to sing while I'm mad. So they delayed Skull and Bones for the 6th time. Who cares? That game's not happening. We all know it's not coming out, so can we just move on? We're gonna turn this podcast into a musical. But they didn't just delay Skull and Bones. They also said, hey, we're not making enough money on Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hopes and Justice 2023. Because, of course, they're not making enough money. They put their budgets way higher than they need to be. Then they canceled 4 more projects, but we don't know what these are. We'll never find out because this company's dying. But the really frustrating thing is not the delays, the cancellations, or the way overestimations. The real frustrating thing is what Eve Guillemot said the problem was. Because you see, chat, the real issue, according to him, is that the employees just aren't working hard enough. And they need to crunch more. If they would just work harder, then everything would be solved. They would just work harder, then the games would make more money. If they would just work harder, then the company would float. It's not the bad business practices. It's not the sexual assault. It's not the incredibly bad crunch. It's not the overestimation of budgets. It's not poor management. It's not way too high salaries in upper management. It's not the problems with ZeniMax that they had. It's not the fact that they barely own their own company anymore. It's because you're not working hard enough. How dare you? How dare you? Those people are doing their best. Most of them really seem to hate it there, based on reports. But they're trying to do their jobs. You blame them. It's not fatigue with your models. The fact that your games don't work half the time because you overcrunch your employees and they pass out at their desks. It's because they're not working hard enough. I don't think I need to explain why that makes me so angry. I don't think I need to explain why that's so stupid. But what I can tell you is that the internet rallied behind the devs. And Yves Guillemot privated his Twitter for a little while. I do. I have to sing the whole time, even while I fume. I just don't understand why it's so hard to be good to your people. Why is it so hard not to be a piece of garbage to them? Why is it so hard not to accept that sometimes things just don't work? Why is it so hard not to just pay them? Why is it so hard not to just not sexually assault them? I just don't get it. Why? We need to have like a little deal that pops up. I'm gonna make a thing. I'm gonna make a thing for sing mode so that it pops up on screen. So people know what's happening and they don't just show up on the podcast and go, why is he just singing? What's going on? I'll make a thing right now for sing mode because I know it's gonna happen again at some point. Yeah, I don't understand why once you become a CEO, you just start losing your mind, but apparently that is a thing that happens. I'm not done, chat. This thing's about to get crazy. Get ready. Oh boy, that's going to be great, but I need to not. That needs to be more cleared out for that to work right. It is really expensive. I am making it right now. Yes. No, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing further that I have for Ubisoft. Just they're infuriating. That's all. Oh boy, that just didn't work the way I planned. No, I just want it to be one. Okay. All right. I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can. All right. Hold on, chat. You get to see how this works as we do it live. What if we just do vertical instead of horizontal? We just make this 0. That's pretty good. I think that works. I wanted to have it like bouncing around the screen, but I want to actually make like a movable GIF for that to work. There we go. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Thanks for letting us test it out, Will. I appreciate it. I kind of wish now that I'd put this as a bit reward instead, but I'm not going to take it away from you now because that would be a jerk move. So instead, we've got sing mode. I will probably bump it down from 5 minutes to 3 at some point, because eventually it's going to get too expensive moving it up in channel points. And I agree with you, Dark. It's really frustrating when Ubisoft decides to make these really strange decisions instead of just making good games. And look, I know there are people that say that we should always side with the devs. The thing is, I do, and that's why I'm mad. I'm not the guy that goes, hey, just make the game, what's wrong with you? But I am the guy that goes, hey, just pay your people, what's wrong with you? Just take care of your people, what's wrong with you? Why? But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I say because Ubisoft is still run their way. That's a great idea, Dark. That's a great idea, Dark. We will have to implement that soon. That's probably true, actually. I think it's probably a mix. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, but also some people are just... You know the word I want to use that would get me more demonetized? Well, now that's the news for this podcast. You can see how much more time is taken when we actually get discussions because Rungren is here. But right now, it's us. So, chat, I'm going to give you the option. We can end it early or we can talk about Gundam now. That's pretty close to what I wanted to say, Dark. You've hit the mark. It seems we're going to be talking more Gundam. What do we want to talk about with Gundam? Last time we talked about what makes a Gundam a Gundam. We could do that again. That's true. That's true. I do have one soda. Just one. Not 5. Not 10. Just one. Gundam Breaker 4. I want Gundam Breaker 4. I wish I had Gundam Breaker 4. How do I sing about my complex thoughts on Double Zeta? How do I sing about my complex thoughts on Double Zeta? I do miss Gundam Game Day. I wish I had the time to bring it back again and then we'd stream it all. I don't have a rhyme. Also, Will, you might have missed it, but I think we're killing Gundam XCOM. And instead, we'll start with Gundam Myth, which is Wilder Myth with Gundam characters. I really suck at XCOM 2, and it's making that playthrough kind of a pain to watch and record. Dark Gundam Game Day was a stream we did on every Saturday. Actually, I guess it was only one Saturday out of the month. But it was a Saturday that we did for like 8 hours playing Gundam games. It was great. I just don't have the time for it anymore. Yeah, well, I went to record the latest episode of Gundam XCOM, lost my entire squad again, and went, I'm not recovering from this point. I have lost this game, and it's just a slow loss at this point. Every mission will just wipe because I didn't make the right choices early on to be able to get the right stuff, and just nothing, so I think we're gonna kill that one and start up Gundam Myth, and we'll see what happens there. Pick up something like that for a couple hours. Yeah, we used to have a blast with it. We did Gundam Breaker 2 or Gundam Breaker 3. We did Gundam Battle Operation 2. We did Dynasty Wars Gundam. I would play one of the older Gundam games emulated. And then we did Super Robot Wars for a couple of them as well, but it was a lot of fun. I just don't have 6 to 8 hours available on Saturdays anymore to be able to do that. But on Double Zeta, I have not yet found funnel spam. No, I'm sorry. I've been very busy this week. We went and got the marriage license today. So it's a wedding is a lot more work than it seems. My complex thoughts on Double Zeta. We'll talk about it more with Rundgren, but I like the suits of Double Zeta a lot. I like how Double Zeta is not super fast paced. I like that it's willing to take its time, and I like Judo a lot, and I like Ruluka a lot. That's pretty much it. There's so much I don't like about it. I hate Bicha and Mondo. I can't stand what they did to Yazan. The story, the tone is all over the place. I don't. Why are they? What's going on with Shara Soon? Why is she like that? Why is Mashimir Cello like that? Why are we having fun hijinks and then Sagusa is dead? Like, the tone is just all over the place. New Gundam Breaker stream or SD Gundam GBA? Like 2 hours or so streams for people? Yeah. I wish I had the time for it. Saturdays now are when most funerals happen for me, and I wind up doing a lot more funerals than I like to do. So I understand. I do like Judo a lot, but I understand. Mashimir? Yeah, I like Mashimir. Yeah, I work at a church, so I wind up doing a lot of funerals. And then Saturdays also when, yeah, I work for a church, and the thing with that is that there's never enough hands to do all the stuff that needs to get done. So pays okay. They pay me what they can, but there's never enough people. Job description is a weird thing. Don't really have one of those. Counselor is what I do most of the time. But if there's a funeral or a wedding or anything like that, I'm there. I don't think I would still have my job if I did that, but that's an idea. I'll keep that logged away. Oh, I wish I had shadow clones. We'd be streaming all the time. I do work from home doing some side work every once in a while, but that is my day job. There was a time when I wanted to be like a school counselor, basically. And I was able to get a job, and I'm lucky to have it, and I'm glad to have it. But not working for a school like originally I wanted. But originally I wanted to be an astronaut, but that was a long time ago. And then we do still have the farm outside, but it doesn't make money right now. We did get a goat, though. Or not a goat. We had goats. We're getting rid of the goats. We got a cow. We have 2 cows now. One of them's named Rose, and one of them's named Buttercup. And then maybe the farm will start making some money. Once one of you says it, but that was illegal. But I'll take some pictures of the cows and put them on Twitter so people can see. They're cute. Buttercup is 5 days old now, I think. She's a baby. Cute little baby. Anyway, we were talking Gundam. Why is there not a cow Gundam? There's a horse Gundam. Why is there not a cow Gundam? There should be. There is a bull Gundam. What is that? Neo Spain is the bull Gundam? The Matador Gundam? Yeah. Dark, when are we getting the kit for this one? When are we getting the Matador kit? Do they make a Matador Gundam kit? High grade Matador Gundam. Tell me they make that. No, they don't. But there is a Matador Gundam action figure. Might be worth getting. Good Smile. Good Smile announced some new robots the other day. Let me see if I can pull up which ones those are. There is a Windmill Gundam. That's very true. There is a Windmill Gundam. Good Smiles are just Figma, though. They're not actual, like, kits, unfortunately. But yeah, so the discontinued Matador Gundam and Gundam Zebra action figures, you can get those from Hobby Japan for $30. Neo Zealand? I thought it was Neo Deutschland. No, Neo Deutschland is the Spiegel. I'm stupid. Neo the Netherlands, wasn't it? What did they call that? Wasn't Neo the Netherlands? Let me pull this up. Windmill Gundam. The Windmill Gundam is called the Nether Gundam, which from Neo Holland. That makes yeah, exactly. They wouldn't call it the Neo the Netherlands. That'd be dumb. The Good Smile Modroids are the AVXO Type 0 from Pat Labor, the Ingram from Pat Labor, and the Mike Gine, the Gatai version. Oh, I love the Brave series. That is the one thing that I haven't pulled the trigger yet on kits, is getting non-Gundam kits for the most part. So once I start getting non-Gundam kits, I'm in trouble. I have a few already, and I'm going to reserve myself. What about Pat Labor? Good Smile released a new set of Modroids, which are their robot line. You don't build them as much as you just like, they're already pre-constructed basically in parts, and you assemble those parts. But they have the Ingram and the AVX from Pat Labor. Can you get the Nether Gundam as a kit? You can as an action figure along with the Mermaid Gundam, but you can't get the kit of it. Yens. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I want to get the Trails mech kits as well. Those are supposed to be really good. There are a lot of Gyans, and I don't yet own them all. But the problem is, like, once I start getting the Brave series kits and the like Mazinger and Getter, then it just opens Pandora's box, and then I start getting Super Robot Wars kits, like the Al Tyson. No, I had pulled up chat. I had pulled up a list because when you get married, one thing that you're supposed to do is make a wedding registry, right? And I was like, well, perfect. I can make a wedding registry with a bunch of Gundams on there, and people will buy me Gundams. It's perfect. Turns out that's not quite how that works. You have to make a registry at specific sites and physical stores and like Target, and it doesn't sell model kits, unfortunately. I got all excited. I pulled up a whole list of like, here's the All Tyson from Super Robot Wars, and here's Pat Labor one. I understand. I understand. Theoretically, but that's not one that most people seem to use, which is unfortunate because then I could definitely gather some. The listing that I was given by family did not include that. But like, all right, chat, we're gonna do something unorthodox here. We're gonna do something unorthodox, and we're gonna look at some model kits. Hold on, I have to add chat to the screen so you can actually be seen. There you go. You can't even see yourself because it's too dark. Let me. I understand. I understand. All right, we're gonna do it like this so that you can actually see what you're looking at here. All right. I know this is unorthodox, but I want to show you some of these kits that I had pulled up. We have the All Tyson. If you find some, let me know, and I'll talk to him as well and see if we can. We have the All Tyson. We'll zoom in. Love the All Tyson. What a cool kit. These are from Super Robot Wars. This is Daigengar, and Austin Saiter. Yeah, you see the problem. You see the problem. But look at him. So cool. Austin Saiter right here, who can turn into a horse. But yeah, I can't afford that. The Huckbine, 2K at release gunpla kit. You want it so bad. It's only 1K now. It's like 8K now. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. 2% off here. Yeah, blood alibi exactly. 2% off. It's the time to buy. We are Rundgren list tonight. We've already covered all the news, so we're talking model kits for a minute here. We're breaking the norm. I love the Huckabine. It's such a cool kit. And then the guest bit. Look at this thing. Love the guest pet. Super Robot Wars has some really cool kits. And then they got some Zoids. I want to get back into Zoids. We had some Zoids talk the other day on the building stream. So I was looking at these. Shield Liger. Look at that thing. All the Ligers? Yeah. A PG Sazabi. Perfect grade Sazabi. Man. There he is. There's my boy. All right, so we got the Dark Horn, right? Super cool. The Command Wolf. Love the Command Wolf. But the Berserk Fury. Love this thing. Okay, sounds good. Not even Super Wars fan. Yeah. So for backstory, Blunt Alibi, I don't know how long you've been here. I'm getting married. So that's the command rules from the what's it called? Chaotic Century, not New Century Zero. And in there they're white, whereas in New Century Zero they're blue. I'm getting married soon, and so I thought in my head when they told me make a wedding registry that I could put model kits on there. Turns out they want you to use stuff like Target, Walmart. They don't want you to use like USAGs or anything, which is a shame. Come on now. And then if we look at other models again, they should have other mecha models. Here we go. Saw this one the other day. Where is it? Is it not in this section? Okay, thank you. I will get to that in just a second then. Here it is. It's in the Armored Core section. Look at it. Look at it. The Omer. It looks so good. The white glints there too. One more I was looking for. I don't remember where it was. But there's also like they've got a really we're not sponsored by this website, and I'm not like trying to like show just them off or anything, but yeah, I do. I like Nier Automata a lot. Oh, look at this thing. Oh my gosh, my heart. My heart. But just I had a full list made. I wanted the Michaelis. But turns out you have to be a responsible adult and put things like a coffee maker. Yeah, those are all Witch for Mercury stuff there. And don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining that people might buy me a coffee maker. That's a good thing. I want to clarify, I'm not complaining. I don't actually expect anybody to buy anything on that registry to begin with. I think it's probably just a formality. I put like a cheese grater on there because I felt bad that people were going to be spending money on me. But just like, hey, if you're going to have me make a wedding registry, let me put stuff on there, you know? Appreciate that, Dark. Yeah, no, it you should have seen the look on some of my family members' faces when it was like, what do you mean I can't link you robots for less for the registry? What do you mean? Oh, no, we have a good time. I did want to talk one more thing about Gundam real quick before we close out the podcast here. Since we're talking Gundam, we talked a little bit about games earlier. We talked a little bit about anime earlier. It is. It's another Gunpla website. Robots for Less. Yeah. Chat. What is your favorite song from Gundam? And I don't just mean like a vocal theme. It can be like part of the OST. What is your favorite like tune? What is when you think of Gundam, what song do you think of? The one from Gact? Yeah, I understand. I understand. And the reason I asked this question is because I had like a memory callback from the depths of my brain that just took over for a minute the other day. And it has like firmly cemented that in my mind. And it's because it was a Toonami commercial for Gundam Wing Endless Waltz. And that commercial has like the and in that Toonami commercial, it just it ugh. I don't know which one you mean, but I trust you know which one you're talking about. And Zeta has some really good ones. There's the Raise Your Flag is also very good. Raise Your Flag is very good. Gundam Wing, I'm really looking forward to when we get to Gundam Wing with Rundgren, because I remember loving Gundam Wing, and I've been told that it doesn't hold up. So I'm looking forward to rewatching it to see my thoughts on it. Also, real quick, chat. Rundgren's not here. Let's talk about the plan with him watching Gundam. Let's talk about this. So, Double Zeta's not good, right? And I don't want to spoil too much for Blunt Alibi. Riders in the Sky. That's great. That's a great song. I don't want to spoil too much for Blunt Alibi with Double Zeta. There are reasons we have to get through Double Zeta. Charge Counterattack, obviously great. What I want to know, Dad, which non-UC Gundam do you think Rundgren is going to love most? Daybreak Spell. Daybreak Spell is very good. I Trust You and Orphans no Namida, also big ones that pop up in the mind, you know? Riders in the Sky. G Gundam. You think G Gundam is going to be his favorite? Non-UC? Raise Your Flag is very good. Raise your flag. It's very good. Welcome back. Welcome back, Will. Yeah, when we're talking about like songs that just grip you, I Trust You and Orphans no Namida, for the sake that they have that cut in towards the end of the episode, really good. Orphans Namida. You think it's going to be 00? It could be 00. 00's very... First season 00, real good. Real good. G Gundam is very unique, yeah. I'm going to go for like a sleeper pick. That's true. I'm going to go for like a sleeper pick. I think Rundgren's favorite non-UC Gundam is going to be Turn A. You say, well, Turn A is technically UC. Let's not get into that. Because I think Rundgren, like me, is going to appreciate the deep storytelling with the focus on the politics. Yes, Turn A is the one with the mustache. But I could also be very wrong. And he winds up just loving like Age or something. You know what? He might really like, unironically, he might really like Seed. I don't think like Destiny, but he might really like Seed. Trash can memes. Turn A has some incredible memeage, my friend. Hope to understand. Turn A has some incredible memeage. Yeah. There are things about Seed that I love. Seed is dragged down by Destiny in my mind. Seed gets dragged down by Destiny for sure in my mind. Okay. That was not work. That was my property taxes are due. Due the 31st. Got to pay those. Can't forget. Yeah, I like a lot about Seed. Destiny just like grips Seed and pulls it down for me. I love... See, you don't like that about it. I kind of love that about it. I kind of love the two different groups. and they're both protagonists in their own right. The one that does that I hate is, I don't hate it, I guess, but Reconquista NG has like, I don't like the way Reconquista NG does it at all. But I get that. I get that for sure. But I really like Isaac Jewell as a character. Isaac Jewell is like, of all the gun rivals that didn't deserve what they got and absolutely correct to be a rival, Isaac Jewell is right there. Isaac Jewell's hatred of Kira is the only one that, like, yeah, that makes absolute perfect sense. Like, I'm the weird guy that likes Jared. Jared has problems. But Jared kind of get where he's coming from. Isaac Jewell, that man is right. That man is right, and everyone around him is wrong. Yeah, Destiny, it really does. It really does just pull down that much. I do. I have a hill, and I will die on that hill. I don't understand why. Like, Destiny goes, hey, we had some cool ideas, and we had some great mobile suits, and our music was pretty great too. What if we just completely undid everything that Seed was trying to do, just for the fun of it? What if we took two incredibly impactful character deaths and just said, nah, they didn't die, they're fine. I mean it though. The next time you watch Seed, pay attention to Isaac. Isaac Jewell goes, hey, why are you forgiving that guy? That guy killed our friend. And it's like, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, but he's the hero. Yeah, but why are you forgiving him? Oh, and then he blew me up, and I now have a scar across my face. My father is dead because of him. I'm gonna kill that guy, or else the pain I feel will never go away. It's like, yeah, Isaac, I'm with you. I get it. It's a CS3 moment. Yeah, it is. Yeah, the Destiny songs are still very good, for sure. Different parts of Seed and Destiny and not known. It's a straight continuation. There, like, very rarely does that happen in Gundam, but it is a straight continuation. And unfortunately, it's a continuation where they just went, Okuda just went, hey, guess what? I don't need to write what I'm writing anymore. We'll just write it differently now. It'd be great. Why? Why? So, you know, there's that. But I get mad too, because like I like Shin Asuka. I like Shin Asuka in Destiny. I do. That is a good character for the first 14 episodes of that show. He's whiny. He's annoying. He's a pain. But I get it, right? He's a kid dealing with the loss of his entire family, and there's one guy that's to blame, and he gets his revenge, but not really, and now that guy's the main character. How dare you do that to Shin Asuka? And then you turn him into a dog. Yeah, I think Mergen's probably going to like Witch from Mercury. I think so. But we won't get to that for a while, so it won't ruin him on the old stuff. It'll be a while before he gets there. I am predicting right now he is not going to like 00 Season 2 and IBO Season 2. I think he's not going to like either of those Season 2s. It's true. It's a non-UC. Very true. As far as we know right now. Yeah, that's right. Still need to watch IBO Season 2. It's worth it, in my opinion. There's some really cool stuff in IBO Season 2. There is a line in IBO Season 2 that is my favorite line in all of Gundam. But IBO Season 2 is rough. There's some rough parts in there. Zap gets kind of stolen. Earth Alliance gets killed. Yeah. Now you see it could be done after. It could be. We're still going in release order. So it'll be a while. Best line is, without spoiling anything, without saying where the line comes from or who says it, there is a line from a character that has been wronged by a friend, and they say, "Stop talking, or I might forgive you." And that line may not seem like a big thing, but man, in context, that line from a character that, like Isaac Jewell, is 100% right, is just like, "I'm here to kill you. Stop talking or I might forgive you." Just, ooh. Ooh, that's a great line for sure. That is a Randy Orlandi line right there. It would be more, yeah. I was just curious because UC is like, that's already set pretty much. I think for Rundgren UC wise, it's either going to be First Gundam, Char's Counterattack, or maybe Victory. But like, we're pretty much already set for what he's gonna like most in UC. I think. I bet you don't know, chat, what my favorite UC Gundam is. Bet you don't know. 8th MS team. 8th MS team is very good. My favorite is not Unicorn, but that's a good point. Unicorn might wind up being his favorite. It really might. Unicorn gets it. It's got some good stuff going on. My favorite UC Gundam, and this is cheating because it's not technically a series, is Gundam F91. I love F91. I love that movie. That movie is so good. That movie is a problem. That movie has problems. That movie was supposed to be a 39-episode TV series. I love F91. The music in F91 is great. The suits in F91 are great. I love Seabook Arno. It's down to earth in a way that a lot of Gundam is not. It's a love story. It's focused. I love F91. I mean, just look at the F91. How could you not love the F91? That is, nope, that's G Savior. That is not live action. F91 is a animated movie that was originally supposed to be a whole TV series, and the budget got cut, so they had to cut it into a movie. So they cut the entire series into a movie, and somehow it's still good. It is baffling. Yeah, not gonna be Crossbow. That's not adapted yet. Not adapted yet. That's the F91. Look at him. Look at him. Pretty much, yeah. It got its budget cut. Pretty hardcore. Your favorite suit? I'm gonna take a shot in the dark here, and I'm gonna say Kshatriya. Probably wrong, but I'm gonna say the Kshatriya. I don't know. I really like Kshatriya. Do you know how many Gundams there are? Dark. There's too many to guess. There's too many to guess. I do. Tallgeese 3? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Like, Kshatriya is cool, though. What about you, Blunt Ally? Will's all in on that Quanta. So only to be your feet in double Zeta. I understand. That's fair, Dark. There's just a lot of them, you know? That is the Trailblazer, Awakening of the Trailblazer movie version. The Zabanya is all very good, yeah. So, just to clear it out of the way, my top 5 Gundam series are the Turn A Gundam. Love that series. My favorite. Gundam Build Fighters. 080 War in the Pocket. Zeta Gundam. G Gundam. But if we count movies, then it's Turn A Gundam, Gundam Build Fighters, 0080 War in the Pocket, F91, and Charge Counterattack. Which maybe says something that I love F91 and Charge Counterattack more than the entirety of Zeta and G. But, you know. Chat, do you want to know what my bottom 5 are? That is, yeah. I didn't count G-Savior in my bottom 5, but G-Savior would probably be in my bottom 5. This is going to get me some hate by comment section. My bottom 5 are 0083, Stardust Memory, Double Zeta, Build Fighters Try, Gundam Seed Destiny, and Reconquista NG. That's my bottom 5. People not gonna be happy about that one. I'm gonna get some comments on this podcast that are like, why do you hate 0083 so much? Well, there's one reason, honestly. It's very simple. Her name's Nina Purpleton. Ruffling Feathers, yeah. Her name's Nina Purpleton. I can't stand her. Look, I put it this way. 0083 has an awesome mechanic girl that has one of the best designs in all of Gundam. It has a man named South Burning. I will repeat, it has a man named South Burning. And as if those two things weren't enough, it has Anna Velgato. However, I can't stand Nina Purpleton. I hate her so much. She drags the entire show down for me. Every time she's on screen, I just want her to not be there. And this whole, does she love Ko? Does she love Gato? I don't care who she loves, man. Ko, you gotta stop Gato. You can't let him get away with this. Stop it. So yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how much I hate Nina Purpleton. 0083 has some of incredible stuff to it, but I can't stand her. And like Victory is way higher up for me, and I can't stand Kajina Lewis either, but Victory has Odolo Heineken and Shakti. And so, you know, Victory's okay. Victory's G-Reco's understandable. I want to love G-Reco. I really do. I love the G-Self. I love the music in G-Reco. I want to love G-Reco. I can't love G-Reco. That honestly would make me happy, Dark. I want to love G-Reco so bad, but Belrizenum is not even a character. He's a walking plot device. And just... I don't want to spoil things for people, but the fact that he goes, oh man, I killed this guy, and this guy's really important to you. I better join your side. Oh, now I killed my own teacher, and he's really important to me. I better rejoin that side. What? On After War, look, Gundam X is really cool. I like Gundam X a lot. Gundam X is weird. Gundam X has a new type dolphin, but Gundam X is so good. I love Gundam X. Build Fighters Try is okay. The biggest problem with Build Fighters Try is very petty and is very much a me thing. And it's the fact that they gave Fumina the GM cardigan, which is perfection. It's the best GM they have ever made. And then they made her give it up for an SD Gundam because she's a girl. They even used the line at one point that, well, you know, girls like cute mobile suits. The GM cardigan was perfection. It It upsets me, Blood Alibi. It upsets me. I love regular build fighters. Regular build fighters, top 5 for me. Incredible fights. What do I think of Igloo? MS Igloo's pretty good. I'm gonna pull up the GM card again. MS Igloo's pretty cool. I like it. I don't love it, but I like it. I think I would love it more if it had a little bit more cohesion, is maybe the way I'd put it. A lot of the episodes are like individual, kind of like what the Stray side stuff did, which is fine. It just, look at it. It's so beautiful. How do you give this up for an SD? Gianco is in there, and she does pilot a really cool Gian. So for what it's worth, pretty good, but regular build fighters. So that's the design inspiration, right? But it's also got a little bit of the Hazel in there. And so it's a GM that is inspired by both the evolution of the GM and what the GM was based on. And that's why I love it so much. It's beautiful. Look at it. It's my baby right there. Right here. No, here, actually. That's my baby. And do you want to see what... Sure, you can change the colors. That's fine. You want to see what she gave it up for? You want to see... You want to see what she gave it up for? Hold on, I'm saving the picture so I can pull it up. You need to know? Gave it up for this. She gave this up for this. That's why Try is ranked so low. That is the only reason Try is ranked so low for me. Because at the end of the day, there is no greater crime. There is no greater crime. Ugh. But no, I like X a lot. There's very few Gundam series I don't like. It's basically just that bottom 5. Thunderbolt, I'm a little like weird on. Thunderbolt has some cool stuff going on, but just see, I don't necessarily care about that distinction myself. And I like the really cool Gundam fights and the great Gundam designs we get. So they're up there to me. Plus the music's great. But I get where you're coming from. They're very different from the rest of Gundam. Origin's pretty good. I like Origin. I like Origin a lot more when we say Gundam the Origin is Char telling the story and Gundam the Origin is what actually happened. Because there's a couple moments in Gundam the Origin that are like, what do you mean that guy touched your shoulder accidentally and then you glared at him and he nearly had a panic attack and like fell over? Are you actually trying to tell me that happened? Because that feels like Char telling that story and going, yeah, and then he touched me, so I looked at him. And then he died. I get where you're coming from, Dark. I get where you're coming from. I like it. But I like Origin. Origin's good. It's just really, I don't know. There's some moments in there. Stargate is pretty good. There's some moments in Origin where it's like, I don't think this actually happened. That's fair. It might not be Char telling the story. It could be like Garma telling the story. Yeah, and then this guy touched Char and he died. But it just... Look, there's a moment in Origin where Char Aznable like runs across a field in like 3 seconds. And it's like, that did not happen. That did not happen. You cannot convince me Char Aznable is that guy that's gonna sprint across a field like that. It probably is Garma. But You should have seen him. He took down all those mobile suits in an old mass production style, early prototype style. Sorry, gun tank. Mr. Garma? What's a gun tank? What is that? Oh, it's a Federation mobile suit. Don't worry about it. Wait, the Federation's mobile suits? What do you mean? Yeah. No, just real quick, we'll round them out because we've been covering thoughts on each series. Talked about Double O, already talked about IBO. I like Age a lot. I'm that weird guy that likes Age. Age is not good. The first 13 episodes of Age are great. The next 10 episodes of Age are okay. The last 20 episodes of Age are absolute garbage. But I love Age. It's great up until the end. There is a moment in Age where a main character gets a nuke and flies it out with his Gundam with the intention to eradicate a colony of people. And if he'd been allowed to fire off that nuke, Age would be top tier. That's all I'm saying. Top tier. Top tier. But he gets talked out of it, and it just... Yeah, Age is crazy. Age is awesome. Age has a moment where, and this is why I love Age, because it has some of the most unhinged Gundam pilot there has ever been in the form of Flit Asuno. There is a moment where he gets mad at a guy that is calling the shots for the battle, and so he flies up to a space station and rams the beam saber of his Gundam into the space station to try and kill the guy. And threw it away. They had that. They had perfection in their hands, like the GM cardigan, and they threw it away. Makes me so mad. Age has a moment where, so Age has multiple protagonists over the course of the series. It does a generational thing. That's why it's called Gundam Age. And the third protagonist is the biggest idiot in the world. And goes, oh no, I should probably take the secrets to the Gundam to my enemies and go sneak around their colony with all the secrets to the Gundam with me. I definitely should have those things with me. That's a thing that I should carry with me everywhere I go. I mean, if I get captured, they'll never find them on my person, right? The secrets of how to build a Gundam. Why wouldn't I bring that with me? Why, Kyo? Why? Like watching civilian centers being destroyed? Look. Maybe. I do like colony drops. Gundam is a roller coaster. It is. But on the most part, Gundam as a whole has been a net positive in my life, and I absolutely adore it. So. And then just to round it out, the mess team's great. Wing's great. Victory's great. C's great. Except for Destiny. Like it a lot. Feel like I'm getting somebody. I definitely feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Rekka 7? That's not Gundam. G-Savior? G-Savior, I need to rewatch it, I guess. But G-Savior, we will, I guess, for Rundgren's watch through. But G-Savior is not great. It's not ideal. I'll put it that way. I don't like it. It has some interesting ideas, but I don't like it. I'm definitely Unicorn. I didn't talk about Unicorn's pretty good. I like Unicorn. Unicorn gets a little weird towards the end, but the Unicorn has a character named Full Frontal. Yeah, all right. I'm here, Unicorn. I also really like Banana as a character. He evades a lot of the problems that I have with Belry Zenom from G-Rekka while still being a really interesting character. They do not, unfortunately, but I say that, they almost do. They almost do. There's a scene where he's mostly naked. And then Witch from Mercury is really good. I like Witch from Mercury a lot. I recorded a full video on Witch from Mercury, like a 20-minute review that's going to go up today. Not today. I'm going to edit it today. It's going to go up tomorrow for anybody that is curious about that. So Gundam Narrative, I still haven't seen Narrative. don't have a lot of thoughts on that. I just remembered one that should have taken the bottom spot instead of the previous bottom 5. I am so sorry, 0083. You get to come off because Twilight Axis. What are you doing in my Gundam, Twilight Axis? Get out of here. You're not. I did see the end of Witch Mercury. Full review will be going up. Twilight Axis is the strangest decision I've ever seen a studio make. It is 5-minute episodes. There's 6 of them. Why? Why not just do a single OVA? What? Why? There's not a plot, really. There is one good scene in all of Twilight Axis, and a scene where a pilot is panicking because he's losing a fight, and it's done from the pilot's perspective. And after that pilot is gone, Twilight Axis doesn't matter anymore. You might as well just turn it back off. You watched the one good thing from Twilight Axis. And then, like I said, I haven't seen Narrative yet. I need to. I also haven't seen Hathaway's Flash yet, but I have read the book, so I know what happens in it. I just haven't watched it yet. But, you know. Technically, I haven't seen Kukuru's Doran's Island yet, but I watched the original episode back when. I don't know how much they've changed, but that's where we're at on Gundam. I know, I need to watch Hathaway's Flash. I know. Yeah, it's pretty great. Thunderbolt is okay. I think Thunderbolt, like, first season, Thunderbolt's great. Really cool ideas. One of the best scenes in all of Gundam with an amputee. It's really, really good. Incredible music. From the heart we'll cry for joy and pain. Love it. Great. What are they doing in the sequel? What are they doing? I had not read the manga before that. The first season makes you think it's in the UC timeline. Bandit Flower shows you it is not in the UC timeline. They are just messing with the timeline, and there are new type monks. And look, I don't know what they're doing anymore. I don't like it. I liked it when it made sense, and now it doesn't make sense anymore. But the Atlas Gundam's pretty cool, so at least there's that. Thunderbolt's worth watching, though, the first season at least, because it's very short and it's very good. It also looks great, so. I think that's all the Gundam series, I think. Let me pull up the list to make sure. Yes and no. Yes, I agree with you. Their utilization of that is not that, unfortunately. Their utilization of that is basically jihadist, which is interesting, and we're already demonetized, so it doesn't matter if I say that word now, but it's a weird way to take Gundam. I don't like it. Yeah, now you see what I mean. It's a weird choice. Let's see. I'm just going to go down the list real quick. And let's make sure we got everything here. And then we should probably end the podcast. We're already like 2 hours in. It's been a fun discussion, though. We're not talking about the SD series. Nobody wants to talk about those. Mobile Suit Gundam San. It's not really Gundam. I mean, it is Gundam, but it is a parody of Gundam by Gundam. So worth watching. 13 episodes, but a lot of it is just like in-jokes that you won't get if you haven't seen most of Gundam. Just throwing that out there. Build Divers. I guess we can do Build Divers. I'm watching Build Divers right now, little bits at a time. We have, yeah. Appreciate it, everybody. Build Divers is the MMO one with Gundams. It's okay so far. I want to see where it goes. Mostly I'm interested in the suits and stuff because they have a Scope Dog variant of G-Reco suit, which is really cool. Scope Dog is in the Votome's variant. And and I'm hoping to find more of that. So far, I haven't seen more of that, but it's a cool idea. So I'll continue to watch that little by little. Also, I just want to be able to say I watched all of Gundam, so I'll watch it. It is. It's part of the build universe, but it's you put your Gunpla into the MMO, and then you log into the MMO, and it's a VR MMO, and so you're in the MMO with your Gundam. Kind of cool idea. Wish we actually had that as a game, but. And that's all of Gundam. Somehow we managed to talk about every Gundam series. Oh, yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. Start doing kit bashing then. All right, well, if Rundgren gets his power back, or his internet, he's got power. If he gets his internet back, he is up to streaming tomorrow, then we'll roll and figure something out for him. If not, I will be working tomorrow night, so there won't be a stream tomorrow night. But Thursday, hopefully he'll have his power back, and we'll have a regular TTRPG podcast. If not, then we will do something Thursday. I don't know what yet. We might do another high art stream. We'll see. And then Friday, of course, we will be finishing up. We'll be painting our final Sister of Battle. Our Sister of Battle kill team. I understand. Then we'll have those done, and then we'll pick our next kill team to be painting. And then the Friday that we'll be working on the Amazing Red Warrior some more. Next Monday, of course, we'll continue Immo Mondays, and the channel will continue as always. If you're looking forward to the Wish for Mercury review, hopefully I'll have that edited tonight and up tomorrow. Thanks everybody for watching, and appreciate everybody for coming to hang out. It's been a fun podcast. I always get nervous when I have to do solo, but because all of you were with me, I was solo. So thanks so much, and until next time, I've been Trey. This has been The Full Spectrum, and remember to always enjoy the full spectrum.